Welcome to Atlantic Television Network Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them aggregate attention with a view to provide solutions that will benefit humanity. On today's Society Watch, we'll be looking at numbers of issues starting from River State. Flood sacks families in Nkpolu community. Abia State can opposes Otis Church signpost tax. Enugu State, man dies in hospital after ritual fortification. From Lagos State, students expelled as father attacks teachers. These are the issues we are going to be looking at today. And joining me in this conversation this wonderful afternoon is the editor of Orobo Voice newspaper. I'm talking about Mr. Goodluck Edafe. It's always amazing to have you in the studio with me.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. All right, let's dive straight into our stories for today. From Port Harcourt, River State. Over 200 families in Rumaholu pipeline area of Obiakpo local government in River State have been displaced by severe flooding. Residents reported that snakes and other reptiles have emerged due to the floodings, which has destroyed homes and forced them to flee. Many blame illegal constructions blocking waterways for the station. For the situation which first occurred in 2017, the displaced residents have requested assistance from the River State government, calling for the construction of proper drainage systems. Additionally, looting has been reported in abandoned homes during the floodings. Okay, so I remember we talked about Borno State as flood damaged farmlands, hospitals, governments on infrastructure, and render a lot of majority of the citizens homeless, and which are actually in the IDP camp now. And in other states, yes, flood has happened as a result of collapse of dam. But in this situation, we can't possibly say it's dam because it's a particular community is as a result of the heavy rainfalls and due to lack of drainage and maybe poor construction, like they actually stated here in the story. There has not been ways for water to actually divert, and as to that, it has rendered a whole lot of persons homeless there in Nkpolu community in River State. What do you say about this, knowing that a lot of persons are actually building their homes in houses, in waterways, or even on the drainages, so there is no way for water to move? And even when they see that the gutter, the drainage is packed up with dirt, they don't clean it. So who is to be blamed for this kind of situation?
Why you ask who is to be blamed, you know very well the person to be blamed.
I don't know. Maybe the one who built on the drainage, or the government that didn't stop them?
Well, first of all, let me talk about the people.
Okay.
Just as we were discussing as I was coming, where we talk about dustbin everywhere in our environment. People, human beings, I mean, should have a sense of a society. This is how society ought to be. As a people, we should have that sense. We don't need the government to teach us how to do everything. We are not children. When you go to build your house, on the pathway of water, you should know that the way you prepare your bed, that's the way you're going to lie on it. So I am not strictly going to blame government for this. The other time we went to one of my brother's house, he left the house for over 6 months. Around the Rumusi house is there.
Because of flood?
Flood, because the whole of the area flooded. So, and people don't mind. People just want to say, I have my compound, I have my own house, I have my own house. That's just the drive. You understand? So that they can measure what is the pressure in society. I have my own, after I have my own compound, because having a compound is a thing of it's an achievement as far as we are concerned. So when you have your own compound and other people don't have, you are ahead of them. That's just the orientation. So the drive to have houses or to have personal house is killing our society. Otherwise, and the communities too, they sell land a lot. Why would you sell the part? You need government to tell you that don't sell this place. People don't want to work. People just need free money. That's the kind of life we are living today in Nigeria. So when you can sell a packet of water and you get somebody a ready buyer want to buy, then you make some cool money, go to your house and drink some beer.
But Mr. Dafe, before you continue, now, if you are going to buy something in a supermarket, and then you look at the body that the goods in question has expired, so even if they want to sell it for you at the rate of the lowest price ever, maybe ₦1, when normally it's supposed to be 1,000 naira, will you buy?
You are talking about me.
Yes, I'm asking you now, will you buy?
I will not buy because
okay,
everybody is not me.
So
there are people who take advantage
of the expired good,
not the expired, of the price.
Even when they know.
There are people who will buy because the price has been reduced. So
knowledge of
after all, dirty does not kill African man. you should know the driving psychology.
Dirty is beginning to kill African
man.
Man.
No, it doesn't kill. It doesn't kill. The gene in the African man can subdue any kind of death, any kind of impunity. It can subdue it. So
are we special individuals?
Yes, we are special now. That's what the thing we take here. Igbo man cannot take it now.
All right. Now, so while I actually brought that up, why is it that people even go ahead to buy river?
Yes, now that's what I'm telling you now.
I mean, you know that this is waterways, and somebody wants to sell it for you, you're buying it.
Yes, because you want to measure up with society. You want to have your personal house.
They build in the river.
You want to have your personal house. Are you not a landlord? When landlords are meeting, will you be there? You will not be there, but he will be there.
Even in the river?
Yes, now. A landlord is a landlord. It's immaterial where the house is. The defining term is that he's a landlord. Whether the house or whether it's even 2-room, a landlord is a landlord. He's staying one and he has a tenant that is paying him some rent at the end of the month or at the end of the year. Are you collecting rent? So he is collecting. So that is the aspect of the people. People not living the way they ought to live. We should start to live like normal human beings. I've said it repeatedly. Then on the part of government, well, we have commissioners. When we talk about states or federal government and all that, you can't have commissioners of environment. What are you doing? These offices are not, you don't sit in office and you govern the people. I'm a commissioner of this, I'm a commissioner of this. You have some boys and police following you around. What are you doing in the office? Where society is going bad. Duties have been assigned to you as a commissioner, either for environment or for works or whatever ministry. Take it. That is it. So the commissioner must go all out to the environment. This is the Port Harcourt city. We are talking of Ukpolu. We are talking about the town. That's where we are not talking of the community. We are not talking of Abu Aodwa. We are not talking of Ogbema or those houses. This is Port Harcourt main town.
Exactly.
If commissioner for environment or whatever ministry that is responsible for that cannot do that, cannot have a clean society, what are you doing in the office? So
now that it's obvious that these particular communities, better still community, is prone to water, right?
Yes.
It means that they are calling on the federal, the government, to come to their aids. It means that even if they come and do something, at the end of the day, it might still just happen. Because people have houses on the drainage system, part. So what happened? Are they going to demolish those buildings? Or
Government need to be decisive. As far as I'm concerned, any man who ought to know what is right and did not do it, government need to be decisive.
Exactly. We are here to profess solutions. So that's why I'm asking you, what should be done? Are they going to demolish those buildings? And if they do that, what happened to the people?
Which people?
Of course the people.
Don't you know there is punishment for crime? First of all, let us be very fair to ourselves. First of all, government should be able to say this, though sometimes we hear don't build on waterways and all that.
People are doing it.
We hear those normal jingles and all that.
And who are the contractors?
Now where government made this kind of jingles, to what extent do they follow up these jingles? You say don't build on waterways and all that, and the next day somebody is building on the waterways. Somebody will come in the name of government agent. Oh, you are building here, give us our deve and all that. The man build his house to up. They have collected what they collect. That is the way we live now as a people. And of course, these are educated people, so to say. Educated for certificate, but not for transformation of the mind. So what we are saying here is that government need to be decisive. The Bible said the government does not hold the rod in vain. The rod that the government is holding is not to romance people, but to punish offenders of laws. We need to grow our minds. But here in Nigeria, if you punish now, especially in first tenor, if you should punish now,
no second tenor for you.
No, because if you do this now, you know, when we'll be coming for second tenor, they will use it against us. That kind of orientation, must you be government for 8 years?
But, Mr. Edafe, over 200 families have been sacked by flood. I think we should be talking about the solution and not actually the punishment that should be given to these people. I mean, these are government children. They are, as it stands now, yes, they might be purging somewhere, but they actually need solution to this problem. Because like stated here, that they're already looting things out of their houses. Because perhaps they do not even have the means to go and get things out of their apartment. And snakes is already making the place a living home.
But of course it should be so.
So what should happen? What should happen? What should they do? What, the governments, where should they come in? That is what I'm saying, and I'm concerned because for them to leave these waterways free, they have to demolish buildings.
Of course.
And if they demolish, where are the people going to stay?
They go and rent houses. No, let us be frank.
Okay.
Because if they demolish, will you stay? You must go and rent houses. You go and rent houses. A land coming a tenant at the second time. Let us be frank, because we are too emotional as a people. In Nigeria, we are too emotional. Because everything we bring emotion into it. Oh, where will they stay now? But where you are doing it, you are like a hero. You set yourself up as a hero, bigger than every other person. You have means to bribe here and there. Somebody is coming, oh, you know, now I already start the foundation now. Okay, Mona, take this one. Now you want government to come and pay you compensation for your disobedience, for your recklessness. Oh, that. Yes, now. So let a time should come where we need to be decisive as a people.
Okay.
Whatever that is wrong, we should be able to say this thing is wrong. You know, somebody asked me to want to buy land somewhere. Somebody want to sell land. He asked me to go and look at it. When I went there, like you mentioned river, you see the whole area. You see the river there, and the young man was just using his mouth to you know,
to clear the place,
to
convince you.
Tease me, to try to convince me. It's good. If you see these people, they are already building their own and all that. I said, are you finished? I said, okay, let's go. I'm not interested here. You understand? Even if you sell it for me 500,000, 100,000, I will not buy.
As a good citizen,
I will not buy. You understand?
All
so
right.
People should learn. Don't be in a desperate landlord.
Okay.
Because if you become desperate, you will buy where you ought not to buy.
You might end up buying ocean.
Yes, now when you buy ocean, when the water comes, you will suffer it. Government will not use our money they're supposed to use to build the road for us, give us water, you come and compensate you for your lawlessness. I don't support that.
All right, thank you so much. We hope that the people that are being affected by this flood, I mean, they will learn from this. And those that are planning to go and buy ocean, maybe River Niger, to build in the middle, this is a big lesson for you. That's 99 days. I mean, 100 days cannot just be for you alone. All right, the next story is from Abia State. Alex Oti-led government in Abia State has imposed a tax on churches for their signposts, a policy that has caused concern among religious leaders. The Christian Association of Nigeria enforcing such a tax can a late sign by Jojo Uduma and Reverend Dr. Francis E. Okere urged Governor Oti to reconsider the decision. They want the policy might cause the Christian community to view the government as anti-church, if not, resident. Okay, you know, when I picked this story, the first person that came into my mind was actually you.
why would I come into your mind?
Because I mean, you know, like they said that if Governor Oti go ahead with this policy, they will only see churches, or they will be forced to see him as anti-church. What did you think about this? I mean, it seems the church signpost is always the biggest. Very large, and then they just station it at every given little space that they see. So do you think that the issue of imposing tax on them is the right thing to do, or what do you think about this?
When you use the word imposing, whether it's practicing scripture or not, but a leader should have a sense of what is right.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, the founder of Christianity, did he not pay tax? You would build good roads for you. They say what he brought geometric, what do you call it, electricity and all that.
Exactly.
Abia people that are now rejoicing for electricity. What he built that area market, they are happy. Is it not money we use to build all these things?
Okay.
Are you not collecting money in your church? You collect all put together. Many, the one you impose on your member, is it from Christ? So let us be serious here. Christianity is not something somebody can use to romance the people. Hey, this is governor. We should pay tax. Christianity needs to build society. Government needs money to give us good health care. Government needs money to remember. So
do you think that using the word it will only show that it is anti-church?
It's not anti. The governor is trying to do what is right for a governor to do. Are you with me? It's unfortunate that we don't provide service in a way government should provide service. Okay. Otherwise, government has right to tax the citizens. Government tax citizens. Is it that a lot of people are not working? Otherwise, when you work, you pay tax.
But why?
Whether it's in the first place, that word you are using is wrong.
Okay.
To use branch for a church. Church, no church.
What do you call
the church? As people, it's unfortunate people don't read the Bible.
No, wait. When you say the word I'm using is wrong, I want to know whether it's a word or what you have in mind. Because if you have a whole of a thing that is separated, I mean, a part of a thing.
Now
this is branch.
Let me tell you now.
And this is my whole.
In Philippi. The church in Philippi in the Bible is not a branch of the church in Corinth. These are independent congregations of Christ in different communities, using one Bible, one gospel, one name, one master, one food. You understand? So the church is one, spreading to different communities. But we were told that the time is coming, false preachers will come. And yes, then I now post you. I post Mr. A to this way, he returns to me. That is not the structure of the church built by Christ under the foundation of the apostle. The church that we know, the Jesus Christ that we know, the apostle that we know, they paid tax. So when the governor of Abia State, we can't litter my state with the billboard, and at the end of the day.
But Mr. Edafe, is church all about building or the message?
That is what I'm telling you.
Because whether the church is personal, whether you own it personal, or it was generated from Jerusalem or thereabouts, it is one word: salvation. Of souls.
Yes.
So why do we not segment that this one should not be called branch or church because it is a building? Is church defined by building?
Which means you don't even understand what I'm saying. Of the 2 or 3 persons who raised, those are to go. They are only their salvation raised in Christ, but perverted the gospel. If you know that the church is the people, then you cannot all this name you see Holy Ghost 10 times. So is it the people that is the entire ministry? Is it the human being that is the fire, and all those names? The Bible simply put it, the Church of Christ. Simply means the people of Christ. That is just the simple name. You have it.
Okay.
The church in Corinth, the church in Philadelphia, the church in Ephesus, the church in Jerusalem. Of course, Jesus said the church will spread to the uttermost part of the world.
Okay, so before we go to the next story, let me just ask a question. That is to say that irrespective of the building or where it is located, the name supposed to be Church of Christ.
Uniform name, uniform doctrine.
Okay.
Uniform name, uniform doctrine. Now, when men rise up...
So, should we say that the doctrine is the same but different names?
It can't be different name now. The name is part of the doctrine.
It should be the same name, the same doctrine.
Yeah, see, let me tell you. The church has three major components. The doctrine, the organizational structure. When we talk about headquarters or branch, there's no such structure.
There's no structure.
Independent congregations.
Okay.
Then lastly, the leadership structure. Some of this, like this name you see here now, you see reverend. So there's no such structure, no such name in Christ. No such title in Christ. Where you have a senior pastor, senior apostle, there's no senior, there's no junior. An apostle is an apostle.
Mind you, I'm junior pastor.
You can't be junior pastor.
I am.
Any person who made you a junior pastor doesn't know what he's doing.
All right, let's go to the next story, because if you want to dwell on this church, I think we're just going to take all our time here. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow to continue with this. And meanwhile, I forget, let me remind you that Governor Oti said that all churches in Abia State, as long as you have a signpost out there, you will definitely pay some, tax, and there's nothing you can do about it. The next one.
Nothing wrong with that. Yes.
Chikwadoeze, an Onitsha businessman, tragically died during a ritual in Ini, Enugu State, intended for fortification before an overseas trip. Eze, along with his father, Ukwa, followed the native doctor instruction to be buried alive for 1.5 hours. After being exhumed, Eze was found weak and later died in the hospital. Both Okokwa and the native doctor have been arrested for interrogation. Okokwa denied forcing his son into the rituals, claiming Eze had planned everything beforehand. All right, this is another, should I call it a terrible one? A native doctor, okay, Eze in question went to do rituals because he wanted to travel overseas, and then a native doctor asked him to go and be buried. That is the rituals for 1.5 hours, and then after which he comes out, perhaps he will come out like a akburuka, like a very strong person, you know, before he travels. But unfortunately, this one fails him. And wondering why are a lot of persons still doing this, still carrying out this kind of belief, this kind of rituals, because so far I don't know, I haven't seen anyone, but I know we have heard something like that, that there are some persons that if police want to arrest them, they will disappear. If they want to pull triggers on them, they will disappear, but at the end of the day they will still die. So why do you put things in your body when you know that as long as you're immortal on this earth, when your time comes, you will die? Why doing all of this then? Why are people still doing it?
It's irritation that they were brought up with. Whether you die tomorrow, you die today, is immaterial. So
let it just be that you have done it.
Let me do that thing I want to do.
And just disappear. And see yourself as...
Are you not a hero? Is it easy to disappear? You try it now, whether if you decide whether you will come back. You understand? So a man who disappear and appear, he's a hero now. So it's something somebody can emulate. You understand? If you think it's my business, try it. Like this one now, you were asking me whether if I see an ocean, whether will I buy. Now somebody say go and be buried for one and a half, put sand on top of you. Is it no? You said the father, the son also.
But the father said don't force the son into doing it.
Yes, now the father. Now how would you describe the father? I would describe such father. Say, put your son in the grave, put sand or cover him up there for 1.5 hours.
Maybe the father has...
I think the child went into that pit with oxygen at his back. You understand now? So that he can be breathing inside the...
No, it's fortification.
Yes,
that is to show that after you come out from grave, you are now a dead man.
So that when you get to UK, is it America or France that he wants to go?
We don't know. Maybe all the places.
When you get there, Oyiboma will just be seeing you. This young man, you are. maybe you just be throwing money at you.
Oh.
You will just come, young man, I need to give you $100,000. Take this. Oh, I can see some very beauty in you, this and that. Another one will just call you after receiving that $100,000. Another one will just call you, oh, my guy, come and take $200,000. We just be parting money without working. It's the issue we have today in Nigeria. Our young men are not prepared to work. All these recognizing job, you hardly see young men. Tailoring job, you hardly see young men today. I went to somebody's office at this computer shop in Uniport a few days ago. And the guy was just sitting alone. I said, "What is that your boy now?" He said, "You don't go. All these restaurants, you can't have a girl who will stay with you 1 month, 2 months, to 6 months. You can't have them." You understand? If one will manage to stay with you for 1 month, 2 months, after collecting, it don't disappear.
Why?
They are not interested in all those kobo money. You know, our young girls nowadays, our young men nowadays, they are not interested in waiting till tomorrow before you make money. They want it now. That is the Nigeria orientation. And government who is interested in this country is not just sitting in the government house. You must understand the governing philosophy of your citizens. That is why you have the Ministry of Orientation. But unfortunately, they don't do anything. They collect salary and bloated figures in a budget and all that. But the work, they don't do it. Otherwise, how can you be having this kind of stories in 21st century Nigeria?
Well, quite unfortunate. Nothing is new under the earth. Or should I say under the sun. Nothing is new. Whatever thing you hear today has happened to someone or will still happen to someone. But unfortunately, it seems that irrespective of what's happened, people still told that part. You know that there is accident in a particular road does not mean that people will not still ply that road anymore. Yes. Now that this one has happened, Mr. Eze is gone in the name of trying to do rituals, fortifying himself because he wants to travel abroad. But now he's gone forever. Do you think that this will serve as a deterrent to other youths out there?
It will not serve. You said it now. That whatever happened, people still want to do whatever because they believe that that native doctor didn't do his own well. You understand? Okay,
there are those that do it well.
Yes, now. If he had done it well, the guy for not die now.
Kai.
You understand? So that is going to be the mentality. The guy didn't do it well. I know somebody who can do it well or do it better.
Oh.
You understand? So that is the mindset that will make another person to go into it the next time. Because you have a more perfect person who really understands it properly. But what I want to tell you people, if you do not go to school, go and learn skill. Prosperity comes with your handwork. Whatever you have in your hand is your source of prosperity. Juju cannot make you get money forever. In those days, we've seen people sell compound in those states. They sell compound, we talk about Italiano. When we were in Benin in those days, the family can sell a whole compound, send a girl to Italy. You understand? Between few years, the girl will return money from Italy and they will build another compound and all that. Today, it's Italiano. Is it still raining? Something that is not sustainable, any means of income. You can't build your source of wealth on Yahoo. You go and meet a native doctor. Every day, the other day I saw one video, 2 young men with somebody, the 2 young 19 and 20. Caught somebody, a 10-year-old boy. They removed the head, they cut the head off, all for the sake of rituals. They want to make money. 19 and 20, the same father, the same mother, going to kill another person's child because we want to drive limousine. Our government need to do something. We need to come out hard on the people. We need to change the orientation, the mentality of our people. It's part of governance. The driving mentality of a society is key in governance.
Well, good life is good. Good things are good. Living a good life is beautiful. But if you want to be faster than your shadow, you might not enjoy it. It is useless for you to put all effort, do go through dubious means to acquire wealth, at the end of the day, you don't stay to enjoy it. It is appalling for you to work so hard and then you allow someone to lead you astray. Look at this, and now the father led him astray. And the father is saying, I didn't force my son to go and fortify himself. You were excited that your son wants to go to abroad and the only means is to be buried for 1.5 hours to be fortified before traveling. If you want to enjoy wealth, one step at a time. If you can run faster than your child, then I think you should begin to do it. But if you know that no matter where you go to, it follows you, take one step at a time so that you will be able to enjoy this. We can't afford to have our youth die like this. That is someone's husband that had just gone. All right, it's quite unfortunate. May his soul rest in peace, and we hope that this will serve as a deterrent to others out there. Rituals, we are not saying, of course, rituals is, if you're praying, is rituals. If you're doing your morning chores, is rituals.
Are you saying that because husbands are scarce nowadays? Where you say somebody's husband? Is it because the husbands are scarce? Is that why are you particular about somebody's husband?
But I just have to say it. That's someone's husband.
Okay.
All right. So, whatever thing you do, make the right choice. Making right choice pays. All right, the next story for today is from Lagos State. The Rosebud School expelled 3 students after their father, Ayefe Akule, assaulted a teacher. Elizabeth Ogiri, a cleaner, Agnes Paul, on October 10, 2024, a video of the attack went viral. The altercation started when Okolewale accused Ogori of trying to initiate his son with a substance following her use of canola oil to treat her wound injury while caring for his 6th child. Kolewale attacked Paul when she tried to explain his whereabouts and then turned on Ogori when she filmed the incident. Despite the parents' apology, the school refused to remain the children. Kolawale was later arraigned for physical assault. The level at which teachers, the level at which parents, go after teachers, is not really it. I know that I came to hear that there was a time that your neighbor can actually discipline your child. Like if your child does something wrong, your neighbor can call the boy or girl, why did you do this thing, and discipline. But these days, someone's business is a nobody's business these days. If you were able and confident enough to send your child to school to go and learn, that is to say that you have automatically committed your child into someone's hand to help you train while you are doing your own responsibility at home. Why do you want to do the teacher's work and also do yours? Why go to school to go and fight a teacher? Mr. Dafe, how can the government or the people bring an end to this? Is this the best approach? That when a teacher flocks students, we are not saying that. It is for the ones that we have been seeing where a teacher will discipline a child till the whole body is torn apart. We are not saying that that one is being encouraged. But in this kind of case, this was a teacher trying to treat the boy's wound with canola oil, a harmless substance. Because with the reports, we didn't hear that, or we didn't see that there was something poisonous in it. But the father was not patient enough to listen to the teacher. Rather, he just had to explode up. How can we bring an end to this? The government, the people, and all.
Well, I've said it before that we need to live with conscience as a people. We need to pursue what is right, think before acting. I don't know whether the man forbids cane oil.
Okay.
Because if he forbids cane oil, then it look as if the woman or the teacher is trying to contaminate the child or to initiate the child.
But was that the best approach by fighting
It's not. For an adult, for somebody taking care of your pupils at school, is not the best approach. If you suspect that something wrong is going on there, the best thing you could do is to withdraw your child from that school. You understand? If you are no longer comfortable with the thing that happened, or maybe the explanation given to you, you say, no, my child will not continue here because I'm not comfortable with this kind of treatment or this kind of arrangement. You withdraw your child to another school. You know, but like you said, we live in a Nigeria of today where we have lost it all. In every area of our society, we have lost it all. This Butok you see here, he received not small cane. He received cane upon cane, cane upon cane. You know, and we didn't raise our hand to beat teacher. Or we didn't go, oh, my father. We go say, yes, it's good. Because you see then as somebody discipline your child. But today, if I just say something now, maybe you go to challenge me. Otherwise, today, our young women, sorry to say, our young women, they put so much pressure into the system. What
do you mean?
Yes. What I say so is that they don't allow anybody to touch their children.
Oh.
Yes, women on nowadays, they don't allow anybody to touch. I have.
What about men of nowadays? Because it's a man that went to fight someone.
Yes, you never can tell the background issues. You never can tell the background issues. I might be wrong anyway.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you that.
It's mostly women.
The kind of pressure women nowadays don't allow teachers to touch their children.
Wow.
You understand? And if you don't have a husband who have a sense of discipline, who have a sense of control, because a lot of men have been put in cage by their wives. Sorry to say, a lot of men are in the cage of their wives. And once their wife talk, it's final.
It's not cage, it's love. Yes.
So when you now talk and your husband have no sense of saying no, then who now submit to each other?
No, it's not saying no. But I'm saying the word that you use, caging, is not it. It's love.
When you there's one video they showed recently, the woman was controlling the husband's salaries and all that.
That's love. That's love.
It's love.
Yes.
It's love now. but the woman has her own salary.
Exactly. That's how it should be.
The man can't have access to it.
No, it should be like that.
If the man want to buy biscuit, to go to the woman to have how much is still remaining there.
That's even shows.
And this woman who have a child for another man before this new marriage.
And that's even show the level of love.
And this woman is using the man's money to trade the other man's child. That is love.
Love.
So that is the kind of thing we are doing today. Our women nowadays are very, very aggressive in terms of control.
And that's not good.
They don't want to give room to the man. Their duty, and a lot of them are pastors who take note.
Are you saying because I'm a pastor?
No, I'm not saying because you are a pastor. I don't even see you as a pastor. I don't see you as a pastor because I've not seen anywhere in the Bible where a woman becomes a pastor. So I'm seeing you as my host.
Okay.
You understand? So that is it. So what we are saying here is that it is the place of the woman to be submissive. You can advise your husband anyway, but the final decision lies with the man. Are you with me?
Exactly.
Fine. So this attitude of men going to fight teachers, if before one man will do that, you will see 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 women have done it. It's very common now.
All right.
So that's the way it is. It's not good. We should stop it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edafe.
Thank you too.
Wow. Today, I think I'm going to see you after this show because...
Okay, with some pounds.
Exactly. All right, thank you, our viewers, for joining us. This is where we draw the curtain for today. I am Immaculata Irikana. I almost say Mrs. Irikana. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Join all our media platforms and continue to watch ATN Socials till we come your way next time. Good afternoon.